Morning reflection. Start your day with self-reflection. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said in his Meditations, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Set your intention." Seneca. Another Stoic philosopher advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?' Accept what you can't control." Remind yourself of the Stoic idea of focusing on what you can control. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Practice gratitude. Marcus Aurelius encourages gratitude in his Meditations. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies in yourself. Prepare for challenges. Seneca reminds us to anticipate difficulties. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. Morning journaling. Consider keeping a Stoic journal where you write down your thoughts and reflections in the morning. This can help you gain clarity and better understand your emotions. Mindful breathing. Use your morning to practice deep, mindful breathing. This can help you remain calm and focused throughout the day. As Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Embrace impermanence. Meditate on the impermanence of life as the Stoics did. Seneca wrote, "Every night before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire?"
Set goals with virtue in mind. Align your daily goals with Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Seneca stated, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Practicing virtue. Seneca emphasized the importance of virtue. The wise man will live as long as he ought not, as long as he can. Remember that Stoicism is a personal philosophy, and you can adapt these principles to fit your own morning routine and lifestyle. The key is to cultivate a mindset of virtue, self-awareness, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. The best answer to anger is silence. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Confine yourself to the present. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. You can commit injustice by doing nothing. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Each day provides its own gifts. Give yourself a gift, the present moment. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Have I been made for this, to lie under the blankets and keep myself warm? Conceal a flaw, and the world will imagine the worst. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good. And evil cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. How trivial the things we want so passionately are. Settle on the type of person you want to be and stick to it, whether alone or in company. Consider at what price you sell your integrity, but please, for God's sake, don't sell it cheap. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Ignorance is the cause of fear. While we wait for life, life passes. Life is long if you know how to use it. Hurry up and live. Cease to hope and you will cease to fear. Wealth is the slave of a wise man and the master of a fool. Only time can heal what reason cannot. While we are postponing life speeds by life, if well lived is long enough, hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You will be able to use them better when you are older. He who is brave is free. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. It is more civilized to make fun of life than to bewail it. Difficulty comes from our lack of confidence. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. What really ruins our character is the fact that none of us looks back over his life. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. It does not matter how many books you have, but how good are the books which you have. When a person spends all his time in foreign travel, he ends by having many acquaintances but no friends. For many men, the acquisition of wealth does not end their troubles, it only changes them. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. No man is free who is not master of himself. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. It is difficulties that show what men are. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. No great thing is created suddenly. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, but the foolish to be a slave to them. First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. If you want something good, get it yourself. All the good are friends of one another. No loss should be more regrettable to us than losing our time, for it's irretrievable. Extravagance is its own destroyer. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind, repugnant to reason and against nature. We begin to lose our hesitation to do immoral things when we lose our hesitation to speak of them. Humanity must seek what is not simple and obvious, using the simple and obvious. Since every man dies, it is better to die with distinction than to live long. Only by exhibiting actions in harmony with the sound words which he has received will anyone be helped by philosophy. Thus, whoever destroys human marriage destroys the home, the city, the whole human race. He with the most who is content with the least, the foundation of every state is the education of its youth. Blushing is the color of virtue. Dogs and philosophers do the greatest good and get the fewest rewards. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. The mob is the mother of tyrants. Poverty is a virtue which one can teach oneself. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. Marcus Aurelius. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to our estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of those who want to be popular depends on others. The happiness of those who seek pleasure fluctuates, with moods outside their control. But the happiness of the wiser grows out of their own free acts. Marcus Aurelius. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Marcus Aurelius. Live a good life. If there are gods, and they are just then, they will not care how devout you have been, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by. If there are gods but unjust, then you should not want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone. but will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of your loved ones. Marcus Aurelius. Or is it your reputation that's bothering you? But look at how soon we're all forgotten. The abyss of endless time that swallows it all. The emptiness of those applauding hands, the people who praise us. How capricious they are, how arbitrary, and the tiny region it takes place. The whole earth, a point in space, and most of it uninhabited. Marcus Aurelius. If any man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. Marcus Aurelius. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. Marcus Aurelius. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Marcus Aurelius. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood and birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine. And so none of them can hurt me, no one can implicate me in ugliness. Nor can I feel angry at my relative, or Marcus Aurelius. Hate him. We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on him, these are unnatural. Marcus Aurelius. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Marcus Aurelius. When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside, and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety, that they should hold any particular opinion about you. Marcus Aurelius.